this going to be another one that got away for Spurs? Their transfer window in January turning out not the way they would have hoped, Jules.
Absolute nightmare for them. Diaz was one of the targets. And again, I was told today that they were ready to raise the offer. The first offer that they made was really, really low. I mean, we're talking 40 million, which I think Porto laughed in their face, but they were ready to match the Liverpool offer. The problem is that Liverpool had that relationship with Diaz and his agent because they've been following him for so long, working on a potential deal for so long, and he wants to go to Liverpool. And Spurs just arrive out of nowhere with that offer, and I don't think that's how you do business either. And so losing on Luis Diaz, losing on Adama Traore, who decided to go to Barcelona, also because Spurs took a very long time to increase the first offer on second offer to Wolves after Wolves rejected the first offer of 15 million. And even Frank Kessie, who Conte was very, very keen on for the summer, seems that he's not going to choose Spurs either. So that's so far is a very, very difficult transfer window. They will sign players. Someone like Amrabat, I think, will sign. Kulusevski, I think, will come from Juventus as well, but certainly not the first choice.
Yeah, so obviously with the reinforcements they are getting, but more to the point, the ones they've missed out on, do you think they're still going to make the top four, Jules?
I think it's difficult. We've said all along, haven't we, that they need to strengthen this team. We saw against Chelsea, the most recent game, that they're not good enough to compete at that level. Maybe it's good enough to finish top four and go ahead of United, West Ham and Arsenal, but it would have helped a lot if they got the players, had they got the players that they wanted, that were top of their shortlist in this transfer window. Amrabat is a good player. He's probably better than what they have in midfield. Kulusevski is a much younger player, still a bit unproven, but he will bring a lot of energy. By the way, in a position where they already have a lot of players, Son, Bergwijn, Lucas Moura, so I'm not sure where Kulusevski is going to fit. But yeah, of course, I think if you had added Luis Diaz to this team, and even Adama Traore, Franck Kessié, whoever else they were in, it would have been a bigger push for top four than what it will be now.
Meanwhile, Arsenal are not having a much better time of it, Jules, in their quest to find a striker. They know they can't have Dusan Vlahovic now.
Yeah, of course, no Vlahovic. I don't know if he used them in a way, if they spent too much time chasing him, maybe if they were really in for him, actually. But the problem is, it's not so much Vlahovic, it's the fact that they let Maitland-Niles go, they let Chambers go, they let Pablo Mari go. Aubameyang is very much up in the air, so already, and Balogun has gone on loan, there's talks about Nketiah, I think, quite likely going to Newcastle. So suddenly you already had a thin squad in the first half of the season, where you've struggled at times with your squad rotation and who you could play in your team, and now you've let 5 players go from that squad, and you haven't brought anyone in. And the only one that is going to come in is Matt Turner, the goalkeeper from the New England Revolution and the USA. Really, really good goalkeeper. You already had Ben Leno, who's also a good goalkeeper behind Ramsdale. So let's hope for Arsenal fans that they have planned some ins coming in the next few days before Monday, because otherwise it would be hard to understand how you can let so many players go and not having any reinforcement against it.
Oh, well, that makes it all the more interesting when I do press you on Aubameyang. You just mentioned him. Obviously, it looks as though he has been linked with Barcelona. Maybe Arsenal will see him on his way out. Is that a good thing or a bad thing right now?
It's only a good thing if you were not going to play him. So why keeping him on those kind of wages if Arteta is done with him? So, and this is something that they would have spoken about internally between them, Edu, Mikel and the Cronkies or Vinay, the CEO at the club, which are garlic as well. So if you don't count on him at all, if he's not even training with your squad, he's not even in Dubai currently in the training camp that they have there. Yeah, let him go on loan to Barcelona, who are quite keen, especially if the Morata deal doesn't happen, to Juventus, who could be looking for a striker, especially if Morata goes. There's been, I think, a club in England, probably Newcastle interested. They said no to that as well. But why would you keep someone on 350 a week if he's not going to play at all between now and May? May as well let him go and get someone to take his wages, and then you can move on and hopefully for them, bring another striker in until the end of the season.
Stevie, looking at the 2 North London clubs and they're missing out here on targets in this January transfer window, Do you think not getting the players in that they need, those reinforcements, will actually determine what happens at the end of this season for them?
100%, no question. You look at Tottenham. I think Tottenham have got a somewhat of a bit of steel about them, and if they can get Harry Kane scoring goals again, I had them as finishing fourth. Now, if they had signed Kessie and Diaz, then there's no question in my mind they would have finished fourth. But now we're back to asking about, can Harry Kane start scoring goals again? Because that's what it's down to right now.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.